Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ben with Eretabe Gardens in Georgia, Zone 8. I know it's been a while that I produced or that I uploaded any video, but today I want to show you guys my few in-ground fig trees that I have. I know somebody commented in one of my videos that I don't show or I don't make videos of my fig trees, the varieties that I have. I would try and see what I can do because I have more than 200 fig trees in containers, but I have 7 in the ground, and I'm going to show you guys the 7 in-ground fig trees that I have. I'll show you guys the varieties I have. So I'm not going to waste much of your time. So I'm going to show you guys the in-ground fig trees I have, and then one day I might be able to show you guys the trees I have in my containers. So that video will be so long if I want to make a video on all of my container fig trees. But let me show you my in-ground fig trees. I have 7 in-ground fig trees. This is the first one. Now I transfer this to the ground in May. This is DTE, Distress Exploit. It was in May that I put it in the ground, May this year. And it has some figs on it. Look at those figs. So I'm happy with the growth. I have some chicken manure down there that is helping it to grow well. And the DTE is an early producing variety. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to enjoy these figs and not animals sharing it with me. Because if you look at my backyard, it's a forest. My backyard is a forest. So this is DTE Distress Exploit. Now this is my improved Celeste. I just put it at the beginning of this month, June. I just put it in the ground at the beginning of this month. And it has some figs already before, well, it has figs before I put it in the ground. So I've not seen any new growth yet since I put it in the ground. I've not seen any new growth yet, but I'm looking forward to that. You know, so I've had this improved Celeste for 3 or 4 years now, and it doesn't grow much. Now look at, this is the new growth just from here to here so far. But with it being excuse me, but with it being in the ground, I hope that would change, because it's going to get all the nutrients it needs in the ground. So I'm happy that I'm able to put it in the ground. Now this is Generi. Something happened to it. You can see that the top parts are dead. These are new growth. I was carrying out an experiment. It was an experiment between this and that one, that I was going to grow these only on my nitrogen juice, that's P. But I forgot that I started taking prescription drugs few weeks before I put it in the ground. And all the nitrogen juice that I've collected, it has the prescription thing in the juice. So I didn't mix the nitrogen juice. I just gave it directly, and it affected it. Look at this. It ought to have been like this. So I didn't stop giving it water. I kept giving it water because I know it's not dead. So now at last it's bringing out new growth. Let me break off this. I don't want any growth below these 3 branches. So I'm glad. So I had to stop the experiment immediately. When I saw that the top started dying, I said, oh my goodness. That was when I realized that my nitrogen juice has some subscription residue in it. So I had to stop it. But now my greenery is back. So I'm glad. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get figs from it this year, but at least it's back and it will grow. I have a chicken manure. I gave chicken manure to all my in-ground trees. Now this one is Terry's Beauty and it's doing well. Look at that. Now I put this in April. Both of them were in April. This one was in May. It was in May that I put this in the ground. I'm sorry. That's April. These 2, I put them in the ground in May. This is the one I just put this month, June, the beginning of this month. So I'm glad that this has bounced back. And this one is doing well. Well, I've not seen any fig yet on it, but for the fact that it is growing, I'm happy to see that. Now this one here, it's my Eretabe. I put it in the ground last year. So this winter was its first winter and it survived the winter. I am glad. I didn't protect none of my in-ground trees that have been in the ground. Last winter I didn't. But something affected this Eretabe. You can see that there is no growth here. There was growth there before, because Eretabe is an early producing fig tree. But the last frost killed all of the new growth on this tree. It killed all of it. This are new growth. I'm happy. And you can see bump there. I'm seeing some bumps now, so they want to produce figs, and that's good. So this is my Eretabe. It's doing well. It has a chicken manure. Now this is my fake Texas Blue Giant. When I bought the cutting, I'm trying to remember if it was cutting I bought, if it was a plant I bought in 2018. I bought this in 2018. It's been in container since then till 2022. This is 2026. It's been in the ground since 2022. It has survived. In fact, it survived the first polar vortex winter that we had. These and these were the only 2 out of all of the 7 trees I had in the ground. 5 died, so these are all replacement. But these two, look at, but these two survived that. Since then, they've survived 3 polar vortex winters. These two, they've survived it. But since 2018, this tree has not produced any fig. And I've told the tree, if by summer I don't see any fig, I'm cutting it down. Enough. Since 2018. Now I'm seeing these are new growth. Now something happened to this too. The last frost killed all of the new growth. Even this, it kills some of the new growth on this one. So these are all new growth after the last frost. You see, it killed all of the new growth then. So I just cut off some of the dead branches that the last frost affected. I just cut them off. So, but I'm seeing something. Hopefully it will turn out to be fig. See, there's a bump there. I'm seeing some bumps. Hopefully it becomes figs. But if by summer, we're almost entering summer, that if in the middle of summer this tree does not produce any fig, I'm cutting it down. And 2, why do I call it fake Texas Blue Giant? I think 2 years ago, I took a cutting. I saved cuttings from it in case if it dies during the winter time. So I rooted those cuttings to have spear in case if this one die, I can replace it, just like this one here, Terry's Beauty. The mother tree was here, and the first polar vortex winter killed it. But because I had a cutting, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. That was a bee flying around me. So this was a cutting that I saved from the mother tree that I rooted to have a spear. So this is the one that I've rooted and that I've put in the ground now. So, but this winter I'm going to get some cuttings in case if this one does not survive the winter. So the mother tree was here, but it was killed by the polar. So this one, so the cuttings that I took from it, I rooted it last year, it produced figs. It produced a white figs, not a dark fig. That was how I knew that the seller lied and said this is Texas Blue Giant, but it is a white fig. So hopefully this year, since 2018, I'm going to get figs from this. Now, this one also is fake Olympian tree. Why do I call it fake Olympian tree? These are brebas, and then the ones at the top are the main crop. Brebas down, main crops up. But it is small. Olympian figs are bigger, but it tastes good. Now, this tree also, I got it in 2018. And I put it in the ground in 2022, same time with this one. And this also, since 2018, didn't produce figs until last year. It produced few figs last year. And then this year, it's producing breba. These are all breba for the first time. Breba at the bottom here, main crop at the top, breba at the bottom, main crop at the top. And look at the height now. So by the end of this year, by God's grace, I'm going to prune some part so that it will not be too tall. I don't want it to be too tall. I don't want to be fighting with the birds. No, I don't. So, but I will not prune it down too much because I still want it to produce Breba fig, because this fig tastes delicious. Now I have 2 branches. I tried to control it to grow up this way, to go this way, but they are not. So now I'm LAing them and I'm going to have them in container. I know this one, I don't think any winter will kill it anymore. It has survived 3 polar vortex winter. But I'm going to have these 2 as backup. When I prune them, I just LA them about a week ago. So I'm going to leave them till the end of summer. So I will leave them for about 3 or 4 months a year before I will cut them off. So I'm looking forward to have these ones in containers, because my goodness, this fig tastes delicious. I'm telling you, delicious. So I'm looking forward to enjoy the figs from these 3. Look at that. You see, this one will have grown like this, but the last frost affected those new growths. But I'm glad that it is growing back. I'm looking forward. I have 5 trees of Ronde-Bordeaux. I have a video. I think I might have it. I might end screen it. I rooted 14 cuttings of Ronde-Bordeaux. No, 12 cuttings. 12. And at the end of it, 5 survived. So I have 1 in the ground and I have 4 over there. Look at these are my container trees. I might do a video on them. I have more than 200 fig trees. More than 200 fig trees. You know? So, but I want to thank you for watching this video. Please like this video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And click on the notification bell so that every time I upload new videos, you will be notified. Thank you, and I will see you again in my next video. God bless you real good. Bye.